Okay,
right.
so when it comes to building credit history, you want to focus on credit builder accounts like Rent Reporter or Rental Karma. So what they allow you to do is pretty much leverage like your family members. Say you've been living with your mom and you've been paying rent since you were 15 years old. They can use you can use that information, put it on the application, and have your mother verify the accuracy of that. And now Rent Reporter or Rental Karma will now start putting that on your credit report. And overnight, you could go from someone with like 2 years of credit history to now 5 years of credit history, simply because your mom, confirmed that you've been living in that household and you've been paying rent since you were 15. And there are a lot of people who've been in that situation. My cousin, before he even went to college, he was paying rent at home. So throughout that period, he would
Actually
come,
paying rent or paying rent?
well, paying rent to the household, like helping out my aunt, because
I
I lived
got
with
you.
my aunt,
Yeah.
in my life.
Oh, so your aunt and uncle were already here in the States. So
Yes.
when you left at 8, you came
That's
to
what I came to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty much like my cousin, who went to school in Massachusetts, whatever, was pretty much paying rent in the household. So contributing to the overall well-being of the house. And if he was in a situation where he needed funding and wanted to build his overall history, he could literally use that information and go to a service like Rent Report or Rental Karma, create that account, and now he has, positive history with credit.
Wow, that's a play. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm even thinking like even for like parents who just want to set their children up so that by the time that they are able to like borrow, then they have some type of history.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a fan of like authorized accounts, like being like putting yourself on somebody's
Definitely.
profile as an authorized user, like a credit card or something like that?
Yes. So the difference between like the authorized account makes it a secondary account, right?
It's not a primary account.
It's not a primary account, but it still helps you in terms of that history if that's the only factor you need to resolve. So yeah, to answer your question, that's also another way to go about it, is becoming an authorized user on someone else's credit card who has a lot of history, because now that will increase your average history.
But the 5 years, preferably, they want it under for primary accounts.
Yes. So if it's like this, if you have everything in great shape and maybe just one blemish, right? Say you have 10 primary accounts, you've exhausted Rent Reporter, Rental Karma, and they only got you to like 4 years, but you kind of want to get over to the 5, 6, you can then add an authorized user, like someone with great payment history. You want to make sure that person has great payment history before adding them to your credit. That would then, to lenders, they're looking at, okay, this person is essentially like 99.9% perfect.